अस्सलाम वालेकुम guys, we are back to our live stream. कुछ दिन के बाद आए हैं, वापस आए हैं. We are back to our show the crazy, the bizarre, the random, he has no idea what he's talking about, but he's talking about something. Always he's talking about something. You have to remember it, guys. Bizarre always talking about something. He's random and he's weird and he's something. Yeah, he's something. Oh my god, guys, we are back to our stream. Until we can do a live stream, like 2 hour long live stream. Trilogy, what the heck? Guys, we have to find a reaction.
Okay, so what exactly did they find? Well, they go through it in their video, but they also wrote it out for us. And effectively, the story goes,
Guys, अभी हम क्रिम्सन डेजर्ट की जो इसने गेम खेली है, तो ये अब थोड़ी हमें हिंट देके बताएगा. मतलब ऐसे जाके नहीं, अंदर जाके नहीं बताएगा. इट विल बी नॉट अ डीप डाइव बिकॉज इसकी लूप को मना किया हुआ है. He can't.
like,
Let's see what he is telling us, what he can talk about it, and हम बात करेंगे इसके ऊपर. तब तक देखते हैं.
this. Pearl Abyss heard that a
तो
lot
असल में इशू ये चल रहा है इस टाइम पीरियड में, जो भी गेम रिलीज होती है वो शिट होती है, वो बगी होती है, बहुत चीजें उसमें मिसिंग होती है. सिर्फ हमें झूठ बोला जाता है हमेशा, ये गेम अच्छी होगी और ये गेम या रियल होगी. जैसे बहुत गेम है जो, जैसे बहुत फेक गेम्स थी. एक गेम थी, नाम मुझे नहीं आ रहा यार, वो बड़ी फेक थी. मतलब उसमें हमारा एल कटा था. इट वॉज एल, हमारे एल लग गए थे. असल में गेम नहीं थी वो, झूठ था. चलो अब इसके कहाँ जाके बात करेंगे, देखते हैं.
A lot of people had questions about the performance of the game, and so they reached out to Digital Foundry asking if they wanted an exclusive look at the game to test what it's capable of. And while Digital Foundry was not able to make it out to one of the preview events, they did get access to gameplay clips that the team in Korea captured specifically for them. To be clear, they offered to let them capture it themselves, but they weren't able to get to the event, it seems, so they provided the capture for them and all of the evidence of the hardware they were running it on and all of that stuff. Okay, specifically, all of the gameplay footage they captured was on an AMD Ryzen 9 7900X 3D, and it was paired with an RX 7900 XTX with 32 gigs of RAM, and they were running at native 4K native with FSR native anti-aliasing with VSync enabled. So to be clear, they're rendering it natively and they're just using FSR enabled. So
we are running at a native 4K resolution with the FSR native AA with a V-Sync enabled. Setting are set to the ultra setting, not the fully tripped out cinematic, but this is still very much toward the top end of the engine capability. Okay, my God, अच्छी बात है. मतलब इसमें GPU कौन सा है, 7-9. Yeah, it's like it's a top end, but it's not a top end. मतलब ऊपर वाला वर्जन है, फिर भी ऊपर वाला वर्जन ऐसे नहीं है. ये मतलब 2 साल पुराना है. या अभी 9 वर्जन आ गया है. 9 is strong, वो बहुत अच्छा है. It's strong guys. गाइस, लाइटिंग के बारे में बताएं. लाइटिंग कैसी है, हाउ इज लाइटिंग? क्यों असल में ज्यादातर जो अनरियल इंजन पर गेम्स आती हैं वो बड़ी शिट होती हैं. जैसे कौन सी थी, याद नहीं आ रहा. साइबरपंक तो वैसे भी अनरियल इंजन की गेम नहीं है. जैसे बॉर्डरलैंड 4 थी, बॉर्डरलैंड 4 थी, वो बड़ी बेकार थी. मतलब उसमें बहुत क्या बोलते हैं, मतलब वो हम उसको नेटिव पे नहीं खेल पाते, मतलब 4K पे खेलते तो हमारे इस जीपीयू के शिट लग जाते, मतलब एल लग जाते, मतलब इस ऑलमोस्ट ये जीपीयू बर्न आउट हो गया था।
with FSR native anti-aliasing with vsync enabled. So to be clear, they're rendering it natively and they're just using FSR for anti-aliasing to get rid of the little jagged edges, but they're not rendering at like 720p and upscaling. They're rendering it natively. And as they point out, this is a work in progress build that's only going to get better, and it was running on last gen hardware. How did it run? Well, according to them in their testing, it's running with ray traced global illumination here as well. And it's doing so with a per pixel solution rather than a probe only solution, which is important because it means they're not cutting corners and doing like the lumen thing. They're actually rendering like really impressive, globally ray traced global illumination. Like it's absolutely crazy. And this means that as the day night cycle goes forward, the interiors will change, the light will actually realistically bounce within the room, so you end up with these types of shots where as the light bounces in, you get the light you end up with these types of shots where as the light
गाइस ये शॉट देखो, वाई मतलब इसकी लाइटिंग देखो से, जहाँ एक जगह पे लाइट ज्यादा है तो वहां ज्यादा रोशनी है, तो मतलब ज्यादा वो ऐसे नहीं होता। कोई कोई गेम होती है एक जगह पे लाइट चलती है, फील ऐसे होता है पूरा जो जो रूम होता है वो रोशन हो जाता है बहुत, मतलब जैसे वो ऐसे नॉर्मल लाइट नहीं लगती बंदे को, वो ऐसे फील होता है मतलब सूरज खड़ा हो ऊपर से। ये कैसे सूरज खड़ा होगा, मतलब एक लाइट चल रही है, एक एक जैसे घर में एक बल्ब चलेगा, आप बल्ब चलाएंगे तो वो एक जगह भी रोशनी करेगा, इट विल लाइट एट एज at a one place. It will be not like whole house will be light out, light. Yeah, it will be at one place. This is good, guys. Let's see.
it bounces in, you get the light like not hitting down here because it's in the corner, but it is reflecting up and
सही बात है इसकी। सूरज थोड़ा weird, maybe इट्स लाइक जब हम आंखों से देखेंगे सूरज को तो हमें ऐसे लगेगा सूरज, मतलब उसको हमें फुल नजर नहीं आएगा, हमें कोई चश्मा यूज करना पड़ेगा। चलो एक चीज असली है, रिफ्लेक्शन है, मतलब आप लाइट आप देखोगे यहाँ लग रही है और तो यहाँ भी उसका वो हो रहा है, मतलब शो ऑफ हो रहा है, मतलब रियलिटी यहाँ लाइट लग रही है तो इसका भी रिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है, यहाँ नहीं है, मतलब यहाँ से यहाँ तक नहीं जा रही है, इस कोने पे लाइट नहीं है, मतलब यहाँ से यहाँ रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं कर रही है। और ये विंडो पता नहीं कैसी बनी हुई है, हमें एग्जैक्ट नहीं पता, मतलब ये रियलिटी थोड़ी इसमें है, मतलब कि आप देखेंगे यहाँ देखें तो इस तरफ नहीं जा रही लाइट, जैसे रियलिटी में नहीं जाती, मतलब आप करेंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा।
to the ceiling and along the walls, so you get much better lighting over there. In these other scenes, like at nighttime, you get lighting that looks way more realistic than your standard like open world adventure game we've seen in recent memory, especially Unreal Engine games. There's sort of a phenomenon in a lot of open world games in the last like 10 years where nighttime is just kind of blue day. Like I don't know if you've played games like AC Odyssey or AC.
Yeah, it's blue. It's right. I have no idea. मुझे नहीं पता था सदन के वाला बनी हुई है उसमें अनरियल इंजन में, मुझे लगा इनकी कोई अपनी इंजन है वहां बनी हुई है। That's so weird. That's so weird, guys. Knowledge, guys, is knowledge.
Valhalla, for example, but literally at night, it's just like blue day. It's kind of frustrating how not dark it is. And I get it, they want it to be readable and visible and for you to be able to still do all of the stuff gameplay wise you want to do in the day but at night. But then I'm wondering what's the point of having night if it's the same as the day but blue, you know, it drives me crazy. But in this case, it actually seems that the nighttime is going to be significantly darker than the daytime, and you're gonna have to play differently, explore differently as you would expect in the real world. They also pointed out the in-game settings that they used across the
Okay, let's see. Red tracing is on. I think the new version of AMD, not old version, like I'm using a 6700 XT. These type of cards are not capable to use ray tracing. Like फुली रेड ट्रेसिंग दे इतनी वो स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है इस पे, या इस टाइम पीरियड पर इतनी एमडी का रेड ट्रेसिंग इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं आई थी। तो मतलब इस टाइम पे जो ग्राफिक कार्ड है, जो अभी ग्राफिक कार्ड ये यूज कर रहे हैं, ये है 7900 एक्स या ये मतलब टॉप एंड सीपीयू है, मतलब कौन सा जनरेशन, 2000 2025 का, नहीं 24 का या 24 का।
board, which everything was on ultra, and it was still able on that last gen card to lock at 4K native 60. And that's also with the particle effects, as you can see at the bottom, locked at 100 out of 100. And in case you were not aware, the particle effects was a point of frustration for some people in some of the early gameplay demos. Basically, people saw the combat with all the sparks flying and the leaves blowing, and they're like, that looks extra. That looks like too much. I hope they give me the ability to tune it down. And the devs listened and actually added a slider from 0 to 100 in the options menu that you can actually tweak to get it exactly where you want. And it's also my understanding that that will be present on console as well. So you can tweak it based on what you want. If you don't like the particle system, you just turn it down. If you want a little bit, you can do that. If you want a lot, you can put it to 100. Like, it's awesome. Like, imagine having a dev that responds to feedback before launch. Can you imagine? To put it really simply, they describe it in the following way. Quote, Crimson Desert has been on my radar since I first took a look at the game at CES, but having talked about the game and its technology with developer Pearl Abyss, I think we're looking at something genuinely exciting. It's a large-scale single-player open-world RPG built on the proprietary Blackspace engine, targeting high-end rendering features alongside strong performance. It's ambitious, but based on the latest footage, Pearl Abyss may well have done it. They described being really impressed with the visual cohesion of the whole game's presentation. They mentioned being impressed by the water rendering and how it's not just relying on typical and traditional two-dimensional tricks to make it appear.
इस गेम का वाटर वाइल्ड है गाइस, बहुत अच्छा है, नेक्स्ट लेवल इस गेम का वाइल्ड वाटर है गाइस। मतलब तुम देखोगे तो तुम्हें लगेगा रियलिटी में ये चीजें हो रही है। हमारा कैरेक्टर एक टाइम पीरियड पे बोर्ड में चढ़ता है, मतलब तुम्हें रियलिटी फील होता है, ये मतलब जो पानी है वो मूव कर रहा है।
Like
It's
the
not
waves
like
are actually
एक
crashing
जगह
up
पे
on the
स्टॉप नहीं
shore,
हुआ पड़ा।
but rather they're actually simulating
There is a
water. And they
physics
say,
in the
quote,
water.
combine all of this with volumetric clouds and lighting, correctly lit particles, and the result is highly impressive. Overall, they were very impressed with what they saw and how well the game is running.
जो हमें ये चीजें गेम दिखा रही है रियलिटी में गाइस, मैं मतलब मुझे ऐसा फील होता है ये लिटरली ये गेम आरडी मतलब जीटीए को मतलब फेस टू फेस कर सकती है, इट्स कैपेबल, या बट इन नॉट इन द स्टोरी, इन द वर्ल्ड, इन द ओपन वर्ल्ड, मतलब स्टोरी में नहीं कर सकती। आई डोंट थिंक इट विल बी कैपेबल। तो असल में इनकी कभी स्टोरी गेम बनाई नहीं हुई है, इनकी जो डेवलपर ने ये फर्स्ट टाइम कोई स्टोरी गेम बना रहे हैं। इसकी पहले गेम बनाई हुई है, ब्लैक डेजर्ट बनाई हुई है, उसमें वो एक एमएमओ गेम है, वो उसका नाम कैसे बोला जाता है?
Even at this point, weeks before launch. And personally, I think it's such a green flag that they were willing to let them poke and prod at it, and they are optimizing it for native rendering instead of doing the DLSS FSR thing where they render it at 240p and then upscale it to 4K. It's so refreshing to see them actually optimizing it for what players actually want, which is to play it without it looking like your monitor is covered in Vaseline. Across the board, the team seems thoroughly impressed by everything they're doing here. And I mean, it's just kind of crazy to see that even with Digital Foundry's rigorous testing, they're still impressed. You know, like it's really rare. And I think that it's another reflection of like where we are in the industry, where nowadays everything runs on Unreal Engine 5, it seems at least. And
but it runs shit. Yeah, it's मतलब अच्छा लगता है। अनरियल इंजन में कोई भी गेम बनती है बहुत अच्छी लगती है। असल में गेम खेलना शुरू करोगे तो तुम्हारे ग्राफिक कार्ड के एल लग जाते हैं, मतलब ग्राफिक कार्ड बोलते हैं ओह माय गॉड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग आई एम लाइक कौन सी इंजन में इन्होंने बनाया है। असल में सीन ये अनरियल इंजन में मतलब एक थोड़ी क्या बोलते हैं, ज्यादा काम करना नहीं पड़ता, वो चीजें अवेलेबल होती है, वो मतलब एक चीज उठा वहां से उठा के वहां से उठा के चीज बना दी। तो उसकी फिर अंदर जो एक डेवलपमेंट होनी चाहिए, मतलब अब ये पीसी पे कैसे चलेगी, अब ये कंसोल पे कैसे चलेगी, इसको कैसे हम मैनेज करेंगे, वो नहीं हो पाता इनसे, मतलब हो नहीं पाता, करते नहीं है डेवलपमेंट।
So we're just used to certain things. Like if there's a big open world adventure game that is really ambitious when it comes to scope, it's probably going to run like ass. It probably struggles to maintain 40 FPS and it stutters all the time because that's just what we're used to. But that's not necessarily a given when you go to a proprietary engine, which is what Crimson Desert's using, called the Black Space engine. It's something they've specifically built to make a game like Crimson Desert. And that means that the usual rules and the lens through which we typically look at these games, it doesn't apply because Unreal Engine has its own strengths and shortcomings, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the Black Space engine will be affected by those same restraints and restrictions. And that also means that they can do things that other games just don't even try to do, which is really cool, like their dynamic water system, where they actually are simulating the movement of water over rocks along the coasts or even in rivers and stuff. It's extra, sure. It's not something every game needs. And honestly, like if the gameplay sucks, this isn't going to matter. It's cool, but this isn't going to matter. But I think that the fact people are getting so excited about this shows that that's what gamers truly are craving today. It's not shinier ray traced reflections. It's not like telling me that DLSS is running even better now. People crave these types of dynamics. They crave the things that make the world feel real, not just in a screenshot, but specifically in the way it interacts with other elements of the world, like with the water splashing on the coast, or with the way that like you can light a fire and then that lights this other thing on fire, or this destructible environment, or this dynamic thing interacting with this dynamic thing. That's what people really, really crave. And that's why they're so excited about Crimson Desert, because it's a game that revels in those dynamics and celebrates them. And we just don't really see that a lot, at least right now. But my hope is that a game like Crimson Desert, if it does well, will spark that level of excitement from other devs to realize it's not about having the shiniest surfaces for ray tracing. It's not about getting NVIDIA to talk about how their new DLSS system works even better and they can render it at 240p now instead of 480p. So it looks blurry, but also runs a little better. Like this is the type of thing people actually want. But speaking of what people also want to know about console performance. And I do want to address one thing I've seen a lot of people say that's just not true. Specifically, a lot of people are wondering how this game actually runs on consoles, something that has not really been put out there super clearly, at least as of yet. And I've seen people on social media saying that they've shared nothing of the console port. We don't know how it looks on console at all, but that's not actually true. You see, at the Sony State of Play about 5.5 months ago, they had an event where, as you just saw at the bottom of the screen, they had a trailer for Crimson Desert, which was the release date trailer, and the entire thing was captured on a PS5 Pro in the build from 5 months ago. And likely that trailer was cut from a build even earlier, but you know what I mean. The trailer was 5 months ago, but the game is certainly running even better now than it was even when this trailer was cut together. So it's not true that they did not show console performance. It's true they have given some people also the ability to play the game on console. They apparently had a preview event in Europe last year.
I think we will talk about this game when he's ready to talk about. He's a big YouTuber. He will talk about like in future when it's very close, when release date is close. क्यों असल में ये गेम रिलीज होने वाली है मार्च में, तो इस टाइम पे लोग जैसे कोई बड़े डेवलप यूट्यूबर हैं वो देखेंगे, तो हम भी देख पाएंगे उनके साथ. Nobody is going to call us. It's like, it's true, but it's true. And it's true, it's true. I have no idea. I have idea. I believe you. It's Luke. Luke is good. How he analyzed the game, how he analyzed things, he's good. That's why I'm subscribed to him. And I think, according to me, according to BizarreTrain, he has little bit less. I think he lie less. I think. But I don't have a big hope, guys. It's a YouTuber and he's a big YouTuber when he gets uh, some kind of deal or some kind of thing. Maybe he will fall off. But he most of the time I think he's the best. He is best. He's best in his world. Luke is best. I watch him regularly when he upload a video. Because I know what he's talking about, he will be saying. Yeah. Yes. Now I think it's yeah. And today my lighting is good. I'm liking it. Sometimes my phone do something crazy, but it's fine. मतलब कुछ दफा हमारी फोन को क्या लग जाते हैं. Have to find another video. कोई दूसरी गेम्स रिलीज हुई थी IGN. I don't remember it. The name of games, but maybe IGN will. I think I remember about this game, but it's a new game. I'm thinking about the old game. Yeah, I'm thinking right.
What a waste of good battle! You mixed yourself, Morgan. There is no escape.
It's coming. This game is wild because the year game in Samson, Eternal Sun story. ये असल में मैड मैक्स वाले बना रहे हैं और मैड मैक्स इट्स नॉट अ नॉर्मल गेम नहीं है. बहुत अच्छी गेम है. बहुत अच्छी गेम है. असल में सीन ये गेम इतनी वो नहीं है. इट्स नॉट. मतलब मैड मैक्स को किसी बंदों ने ज्यादा नहीं खेला था. मतलब उसको कैसे बोले. क्या What the heck are you doing? Oh, the day before is the first game. असल में ये थोड़ी फील दे रही है GTA टाइप की. GTA की थोड़ी. But we know it will be not a GTA, guys. Oh my. Forget it. Forget it. How dumb I am. ये गेम है GTA की थोड़ी. What like that? It will be a GTA, but it will be not a GTA. पुलिस भी हमारे पीछे पड़ती है, मुक्के भी मारते हैं। गन्स नहीं है, they are not showing a guns, मतलब हम गन्स नहीं यूज करने वाले। Same stuff. It's close. It's close. ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है। Double हो सकेगा, it's good. Double 07. This is 007. He's upside down. इसके बाल बता रहे हैं ये अपसाइड डाउन हुआ पड़ा है एक बोर्ड के साथ। Oh, crocodile! Oh my God!
Bafma, how is it that you hear every whisper in every corner of Aleph? And I answer, I built Aleph with my will, my blood, myself. This city is an extension of my being, my body. Today, it became infected. And as we all know, if an infection is left untreated, the body can become rotten, sicken, and die. That infection? Greed. In Bakar Ali, once solo, greed grew unchecked, becoming a cancer.
Yeah.
A cancer that threatened to weaken Aleph, endangering all of us, everything we have built. However, cancer, if caught early, can be cured. Or in our case, cut out and served on a planet. Easy girls, plenty of meat for everyone.
Girls, of course.
Our old friend was just the appetite. Did you really believe you could come here and poison Aleph's well of trust? I think not. Now, you die.
Man, it's far. It's far. Watch out, combat. It's good. ओके गाइस, ये चीजें कंटिन्यू करेंगे, मैं भी नहीं करें कंटिन्यू, सिर्फ अभी मुझे शो कराना था। I'm back to the where left eye, where left did I? Yeah, where did I left? John Wick. I think I have to watch this thing. So I want to make a clip of this. Okay, let's see. Let's see how the John Wick will cook. John will cook the cooker. It's starting. It's all about the style. It's all about the show, guys.
A man with your skill set must be able to move unconstrained, unrestricted.
It's all about the calmness. Because how John Wick fight without the calmness, it's a useless
He
thing.
must be versatile, capable, adaptable.
Yeah. He got 4 eyes. 4 eyes, guys. He has a back eyes, guys. Oh my god. This is called John Wick. My god, that style
You
is
must
there,
be
guys.
grounded.
That style is there.
Stable,
That's good.
constant.
That's good. Oh my god. Yeah, that style is there. Oh my god, we have armor. John Wick always wear armor. His coat is armor, that's the next level armor.
I believe you are ready.
Yeah,
sir.
he's ready. The style is, the coat is ready, the guns are ready. John Wick is ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's coming. Oh my god. I think it will be not an open world game, but it will be a good PC.
Hi, I'm Chad Stahelski. Today is a big day for the John
Same
Wick
director,
franchise.
same
In
director.
collaboration with Saber and Lionsgate, I'm thrilled to share our first look at the John Wick video game currently in development. Follow along the journey because we have a lot more to show.
Okay, it's far away. It's far away. On this note, we are going to end the live stream. We will be back tomorrow. Something new things. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow.